Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about saving money, especially if you're in college. So my friend Josh Adlam, he was able to save $40,000 while he was in college. Now that I've graduated, I started learning a little bit more about money and budgeting and all these things. I started to save. I was able to save $10,000 within one semester. So we got together, we talked, we figured out what were the things that helped us, that really changed the game for us. And we're gonna share that with you guys. For some, this may be a lot of money. For some, it might not be a lot of money, but it's more than we had before. So we're happy and we want to share it with you guys. So number one, find your why. If you don't have a reason to save money besides you just want to be rich, it probably will be pretty hard for you to stick with everything else that we'll say, to stick with your saving goals. Your why has to be bigger and greater than just who you are, greater than beyond yourself. For me, I want to be able to have more so that I can give more. For Josh, he realized that he just does not like being broke and wants to be able to have the freedom to be able to do what he wants to do with his life, and be able to help others as best as he can. When we speak to people our age, we realize a lot of the reasons for not saving money usually falls under two categories. Either they're just so focused on the now and they just want to spend, or they have a lack of knowledge. You realize right now you're just focused on this present moment, you're not thinking about your future. Let's change that. Especially if you're a Christian, I know the Bible says don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. That's because the seeds that we plant in today will reap a harvest tomorrow. So let's plant the right ones, right? Number two, be realistic and be specific. Just saying I want to save money isn't necessarily enough. Why do you want to save money, like we talked about before? How much money do you want to save, and what is actually feasible within your budget right now? How much are you making a month, and why do you want to increase that, or are you able to actually save the amount of money that you plan to save? Research shows that if you make a goal and you don't achieve it, you're less likely to go after that goal again. We don't want to set things that are so far out of our reach that we end up becoming discouraged and we throw away saving altogether. We want to do something that we are actually able to accomplish, and maybe start small so that way that you can check that off and get that momentum rolling for yourself. Number three, start a budget if you don't already have one. You can use the $0 budget method. That's probably my favorite one. You know exactly where your money is going. There are people like Dave Ramsey that has a really cool every dollar budgeting app that I really like to use. There's Mint. There's a bunch of different resources online that you can be using to help you create that budget. But just know where your money's going and where you're planning to do with it. Being intentional is extremely important. Number four, maximize your income. So like I was saying before, if you realize your saving goal is beyond your personal means, it doesn't mean you have to throw away the goal altogether, but you can also try to figure out how you can increase your income. So if you have an opportunity to take another job, doing that. If you want to use the skills that you already have, try to find a way to monetize that. I know when I was in college, I had a couple jobs at the same time, and it could be work, but when you have time management, Josh had a bunch, I can't even remember how many, but when you have time management skills, it actually helps you to become more proficient and efficient in these goals. And like I said, if you have skills like Josh is writing and monetizing that, I do singing and I try to monetize that as well. So just whatever's in your pocket, cleaning a house, organizing, there's a bunch of different things that you can be doing. Number five, create an accountability group. This was genuinely a game changer for me. I've set saving goals in the past and kind of reached them sometimes, kind of didn't the other times, but having an accountability group, people that I go to, especially when I want to take money out of my savings. Yeah, if I want to take money out of my savings, I have to go to certain individuals and tell them the reason why I want to take money out and have to get their approval. Yeah, it sounds kind of strange because it's like, it's my money, I want to do what I want with it, but it's really helpful, and they're not like mean about it where it's like if they have the ultimate like final say. Obviously I have autonomy with my money, but for example, I did have my car when I came back to Maryland for this semester, and I wanted to get a rental car so I can get around. I went to my budget committee and I was like, hey guys, I want to take some money out of my savings so I can get a rental car, and they were like, well, I think there's other options, and we explored them, looked at how much it would cost to just do Lyft for one way to take the bus and things of that nature, and I ended up saving like over $500 because of them. So I'm very grateful. Accountability group, game changer. Also emotional support, like the people in my group, we all want to be able to save money, but we realize that there's this emotional side to spending, and so we're there for each other for that as well. Doesn't have to get super deep, super personal. It's just like, hey, I really want to spend, and figure out, okay, what are ways that you can still have fun but maybe save, or go on dates but save, like things of that nature. So it's really cool. Get an accountability group. It's a game changer. And number 6, probably the most important one for both Josh and myself, is to give. Yeah, we're saving, but we're also giving. It may sound like it's contradicting each other, but honestly, if you want to do well with your money, you need to sow into the kingdom first and foremost. For both of us, that was one of our biggest expenses, actually, was our tithe and our giving. We are called to be generous people as Christians, as believers. God expects this spirit of generosity to overflow and be abundant in our lives. Obviously, when we talked about having our budget, we put giving within our budget, so it wasn't just emotional giving solely. I would say there was space for that, but we knew if we had to give more during a certain season, that meant we were cutting back on other things. So it wasn't that we were taking out of our savings, but maybe we're taking out of our fun money. So it is a sacrifice, but it's definitely well worth it. We know that what we plant will reap a harvest. We're sowing seeds and will reap an abundant harvest, and we're believing in that. So those were the 6 things that really helped us. I hope it helps you. Let me know if it does. Give it a try. So I would really love for you guys to check out his writing page on Medium. He's a poet, he's an entrepreneur, he's a Jesus lover. So he writes a lot of great articles about personal finance and just how to maximize your income, to have this growth mentality, and to aim for success in a godly way. So I'll put that his link in the description. Check it out. It is definitely worth your while. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Use the zero budget method, the $0 method, the reason why